I had to start off with a smile. Oh, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It is me, and I'm here for you, day 17 of 21. Getting on here to talk about some things that's going on in Memphis. Yes, I am. It's real estate day. Tuesday is real estate update. I talk about different real estate things around the country, what's happening in Memphis, some tips, some credit tips for whomever wants to listen. I am here for all of that. So let me say this: if you're watching my live, drop a one in the comments. If you are new to my live, drop a two, and if you're watching a replay, drop a three, and I really appreciate it. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Toria Howard. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Now reside in Memphis, Tennessee, where I'm all things real estate, commercial and residential. I'm also a commercial loan broker. And hi to my Instagram people. I'm also a business funding, and I'm in the credit restoration financial literacy space. So let's jump right into it because I have a lot of things to cover. I hate getting my nails. I know this is so random. I'm a random person. I, Anybody else cuticle like women? Anybody else cuticles peel after they get their nails done? I hate that. I got to clip all this off. But anyway, so talking about what's going on in Memphis and the surrounding areas right now, 236 new listings here in Memphis and the surrounding areas. Last week it was like 277. So people are still buying and selling. People still putting their homes on the market. So just understand, even though the interest rates are high, considerably whatever, people are still buying. So 233 were sold in the last 7 days, and 138 are pending. So we have 138 that are ready to go to the closing table, and congratulations to all those people. So that's awesome. So like I said, people are still buying and selling. A lot of investors are doing their thing. So understand that if you don't get started, you could get left behind. Even though I know what a lot of people are waiting on. They're waiting on the foreclosures to drop. And there's been some foreclosures that have come about, some auctions. I saw an auction today. The first starting bid was $1. So, hey, if you got your money together, you can go to the auction and get some of those foreclosures. Memphis is one place to do that. But, still, once you flip it, use me as your real estate agent. So let's talk about the interest rates. Where we at this week? So like I said before, if you have a 740 to an 850, it doesn't matter. The interest rate is going to still be the same. So starting this week is a 5.611%. If you have a 740 and above, if you have a 720, it's a 5.72% interest rate. If you have a 700 to 719, it's 5.9. So it went up 0.2% by just dropping a few points. So understand that the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate. 700 is still not a bad score. 680 to 699, it goes to 6.258. If you go to 660 to 669, it goes to 6.83. And as you can see, from a 740 to a 660, that's almost, that is 100 point, 100, I mean 100, a whole 1% drop. Well, increase, I should say. It's a 1% increase. So you do the math. 1% might seem minuscule, but when you're talking about over a 30-year period, it's a lot. And I went over that before. And then if you go down to a 640, a 699 to 659. If you had a 640, 659, you had a 6.993%. And then some places you can get a from a 620, 639 is a 699.3. So it doesn't matter if you have a 620 or a 640, or I should say 620 to a 659, it's still going to be the same interest rate. So make sure that you get your interest rate as high as you can So you get the better interest rate. Yes, I know it's not 0%. Yes, I know it's not 2%. You're not going to see those type of interest rates. So that means increase your income, decrease your debt, be able to afford more house, and you'll be okay. So let's talk about where I want to go next. I guess I will go with some fun things to do in Memphis if you're a family. So if you're thinking about moving to Memphis or the surrounding areas and you have children, here are some fun things, 15 things, fun things you can do with Memphis kids, family activities. So we do have a lot of museums and different things like that. So number one is the Fire Museum of Memphis downtown. I've taken my daughter there a few times. You know, they get to see and understand the history of firefighters and the heritage and everything there. Number two is Sun Studios in the medical district, so famously known as a recording studio back in the rock and roll days. So you can come see that. American Pizza. Oh, I say American Pizza. Incredible. America's Incredible Pizza Company. So you have American Pizza. You got the Memphis Zoo. The zoo is, a good zoo. It's pretty. If you like the animal scent, but it's still it's good scenery. You got the Memphis Music Hall of Fame on Bill Street. The Memphis of Science and History Pink Palace. Now, the Pink Palace is really pretty, especially a lot of people that go and get married there. I went to a wedding. I went to two weddings there. It's beautiful there when you go, have a wedding. You have the Go Ape Zip Line and the Adventure Park in Shelby Farms Park. Just worked out. It's Shelby Farms Park. The other morning, it was yesterday morning. Yes, 4th of July, I worked out. No days off for me, boo. Trying to get this, I got to get to this goal weight. So you can do the steamboat cruise. You go to the Stax Museum. Go to the Peabody and watch the ducks. Got the AutoZone Park with the fireworks at night. The Memphis Botanical Gardens is beautiful too. I went there and took some pictures for my birthday when I was there. It's beautiful. They got the Alice in the Wonderland theme. It was hot, but I made it through. I couldn't take as many pictures because it was so hot out there. You got the Civil Rights Museum, of course. That should have been number one because Memphis has one of the best civil rights museums in the country, in my opinion. Now, I haven't been to the Smithsonian, so it could differ, but the one in Detroit is very, very good too. So you have the Memphis Children's Museum. The Children's Museum is always good for children. They got the splash pad and the different activities in there. I don't know. They say Graceland is good for children too. I don't know. I ain't been in a while. I haven't been since I was a child, so maybe that's why. But those are some things that you can do in Memphis. If you are thinking about moving to Memphis and you're thinking about kid activities, there are kid activities for you to do. So I'm gonna go with the sellers first. So thinking about upgrading your kitchen. Now, if you're thinking about selling, even if you're not thinking about selling, but you want to spruce up your kitchen area, here are some tips that you can do to spruce up your kitchen area for almost for free. So let's talk about it. Paint just the island. Having an accent color for just the island can spruce up your kitchen and give it a different look. Painting the cabinets can too. If you have like good sturdy cabinets and they're not like ancient old or from the 60s or 70s or something, maybe even from the 80s. But some of those cabinets like from the 90s and stuff, they still built good cabinets. You could just reface them, paint them, and put some new hardware on them. That'll be a simple update to do. Or add a new trim to the island if you have one, or add an island. Islands are kind of expensive, but whatever you want to do. Rework what you already have. So, like I was saying before, update your appliances. Update your appliances. You can do that one by one. Paint. Do the floors, paint the kitchen cabinets, those type of things you could do. That's inexpensive. Organize for efficiency. People like to see organization. So shelving, people like open shelving now, or just showing how to organize different things, because a lot of people don't have a clue. So when you are staging or thinking about selling, even if you want a different look for your kitchen, staging also helps a lot. I mean, organizing helps a lot. So display gorgeous gear. So what that means, if you are avid cook, display some of those beautiful pots and pans and utensils that you use. You can use it as a decoration. That can spruce up your kitchen. Swap out your seating. Change your bar stools. If you have an island, change the table, or reposter. I was thinking about reupholstering my chairs for my dining room table, and it seems easy enough. I'm not really that crafty or good with my hands, but when I watch a YouTube video, it looks like it's pretty, decent. I wanted to sand it down and paint it and then reposter the chairs. So I'm thinking about doing that. If I do it, I will document it and I'll show you guys. So I was just talking about that. Recover your seats. That can spruce up, reposter. Wallpaper as an accent wall. A lot of people don't like wallpaper, right? But they have some really good wallpaper these days. And I know everybody likes those cute accent walls with the shapes and stuff on them. They're expensive to do though, unless you can do them yourself. Then if you that DIYer and you got it, kudos to you. I would probably be able to do it if I learned, but I'm just not, I don't think I'm that handy. I'm trying to see what else I want to cover. Oh, also, adding a new rug or something in there in your kitchen will help as well. So I'm gonna get off that and I'm gonna transition to the buyers because I need to finish the 21, like my 21-day challenge. First time home buyer tips. So I stopped at 10. So now we're going in a little bit deeper. So don't forget about your closing costs. When you're talking about buying your home, I know everybody is banking on first time home buyer programs and all of that. Yes, there are first time home buyer programs that will help you pay for your down payment. But you have to remember you still have closing costs. You still have to pay for your appraisal, your inspection, and other things. Earnest money. Can't forget about earnest money is up front. You can't even get a secure contract without your earnest money going to the bank. Then you can do the inspection. Then after the inspection is the appraisal. So you have to have the earnest money. And it's usually $1,000 is the average earnest money depending on where you live. Here in Memphis is like $1,000 is the average earning money, or depending on the cost of the property. Now, if it's up there, I've had $10,000 earnest money, but that was for an almost $1 million home, a $980,000 home. So $10,000 was the earnest money that had to be put down for that. So it is also depends on the cost of the home as well. So keep your eye out for other expenses. Like I said, the appraisal, the inspections, the different things that could come up. Make sure you are financially ready for a home loan. So, are your finances in order? It's the question. How often do you check your credit report? How often are you paying your bills on time? Hopefully every month. Hopefully before time. How often are you setting a budget? Are you saving? Because a lot of times you look more credit worthy when you have at least 2 months of that mortgage saved in your bank account. Now, after you get your house, you do whatever you want to do with it, but you look more bank ready. It's like people like to say, if you have that amount in reserve. And like I said, it just has to sit there. Just let it sit there during the process, people. Just be patient. Once you get a contract on a home, well, that's the lending process. Once you go through the lending process and you get your pre-approval, now what I'm having done is I'm creating relationships with lenders. I'm having my lenders go past the pre-approval and go ahead and go into underwriting. So we know everything. So once we go to the process of finding a home, 14 days still, because you still got to get 10 days for the inspection. And then of course, the appraisal takes forever sometimes. But You need to make sure that you're ready, that you're able to, you know, put some reserves to the side. You're going to have homeowners insurance, of course, but sometimes you have to read those policies. They don't cover everything. So you still have to have money in reserve to be able to fix things that the that your insurance does not cover. So make sure that you're reading your policy, and make sure your policy, once you get your home, well, before you get your home, before you purchase your home and you get your home policy, make sure that policy is matching up with your needs. If you if your significant other is handy and you don't need a lot of coverage and they can do some, handiwork, that's great. But if you know nobody can do any handiwork, you need to get everything covered as much as possible. So, and I just talked about get pre-approved for a home loan. See, and then also those of you in other states besides in Memphis, Tennessee, in different cities and states, hopefully you're with a good real estate agent. See if your realtor can talk to the lender about getting that pre-approval pushed to underwriting, so you will know everything that you need to have. Because a lot of times when you get to the closing table or as close to it, things pop up on your credit report. It could still happen after the underwriting process happens, but if they see that you have the underwriting process already done, is past the pre-approval, that looks attractive to the sellers, because a lot of these sellers, we want their money right now or something for some reason. Maybe they're in a financial strain and they got to do things. I don't know. So just making yourself be more appealing and be able to win more, bids, because it's still people, putting a lot of bids on homes. So you want to be able to set yourself apart from the rest. You can look for real estate apps for your dream home after you get your pre-approval. After you know what you're shopping for, don't be shopping for the 5 bedroom, 6 bathroom house, and you be disappointed when you get your pre-approval and you are approved for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, which is not a bad home. It's a great home. It's a great size, but don't get your hopes up fantasizing when you have champagne taste on the beer budget. you know, like I did that reel, it's not 1983. Can't get a bedroom, 5 bathroom home for 200,000 anymore. No, it does not happen. 5 bedroom, 5 bath houses are $1 million homes in Memphis. Unless it needs some substantial work, you might be able to get it for a good 700,000, 8, depending on the neighborhood. Still might be $1 million if it need to be fixed, if it's depending on the square footage. So you just got to be mindful of that. But use this opportunity to get started somewhere. People are always afraid to start somewhere. Why is that? Because you had your dream was up here. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big, but maybe you're not ready yet. It's telling you you're not financially ready yet. So in order to be able to appreciate the small things, in order to get to the big, be able to appreciate what you can get approved for right now. And so many different lending options out there. You might be able to find the ugliest house on the best block, get a FHA 403k loan, be able to have the money for all the things that you need to do to fix it up, and it's your home. It's all the stuff. Is the floors you want, the paint you want. It's like a brand new house. Because with FHA, they're gonna make sure that everything else is up to code, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, all that stuff gonna be up to date. So that's coming. And you be able to pick your floors and pick your cabinets and all of that type of stuff. So just be creative, bring it down a notch. If you only get pre-approved for a certain amount, that's okay. Take that, you use that as leverage. You can take that, use that starter home. It's like people I hate saying starter home. But I mean, it's a starter home if you want to, just because you're starting there, you're going to move up. But live there for a few years, build up the equity. If you don't want a rental property, which will be a smart thing to do to help pay that mortgage, but I digress. You can pull the equity out that home, use that as your down payment to buy your bigger home. Use that house as a investment property. So then you can have that mortgage being paid probably more, and then some, and make some profit, and you are a homeowner twice over, and you can still do that same thing repeatedly and repeatedly. So real estate is about leverage. Real estate is about building. It's not about taking away, and then, or it's not about overextending yourself, because you can lose your home. You don't want to foreclose on your home, so you need to make sure that you bring it down a notch, be able to think creatively, think outside of the box, have a realtor that is willing to work with you to do that. And I just said, find the right real estate agent for you. It might not be me, but find somebody that's for, if you're in the Memphis and surrounding area, it might not be me. I understand that. I'm not for everybody. I will hope that you would choose me as your realtor, looking to buy and sell in Memphis, Tennessee, and the surrounding areas, soon to be Mississippi. So I plan on getting my Mississippi license this month. So watch out for that. And then utilize open houses and virtual tours. So you'll be able to get the feel of the neighborhood. You'll be able to meet the neighbors. You'll be able to, get a feel of how the house would be with you in it. And don't be afraid to negotiate with the seller. That's what I'm here for. That's what your realtor is for. But don't be afraid and give away too much when you don't have to. Listen to your realtor. You hire somebody to help you. Listen. Because if you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't have hired me. So listen to the realtor, unless they just flat out just showing signs of incompetency. That's understandable. But if the person is professional and they're taking care of their business and they're doing what they're supposed to do, then listen to your realtor, because you save yourself a lot of strife, a lot of heartache when you do that. I don't know how many counts of stories that I have heard from other realtors that their clients don't listen to them. They don't listen, and then they don't get what they want. They don't get what they need. Listen, if you are trying to list your home, make sure you listen to the realtor, because we've done the research. We want to tell you wrong. You think we want to get a lesser commission? No. We're pricing it based on what we know it will sell for, so you get the maximum profit. But if you want to oversell it or undersell it, all we can do is listen to you. But don't turn around and come back and say, well, my house didn't sell, or I wanted more money, when we tried to tell you what to do and you didn't listen. So it says, try not to get emotionally attached to a home, because you never know. Something might fall through. You might not get it. So just be positive, keep it moving, and just keep your emotions out of it until you get those keys and you turn them and nobody else can come get it and your name is on the deed. Do you understand? Make sure you save physical copies of your home buyer paperwork. Always keep that paperwork. You always need to be looking over it. And make sure you budget for your home maintenance. Essential. Like I said, you have those home warranties, you have the home homeowners insurance, but you need to make sure that you still, because they got deductibles, you have the co-payments or whatever, and it might not cover, in your insurance might not cover everything. So read your policy, make sure that you're doing that. So that was it on the tip. Whew. Sorry, I'm sleepy. I know that's terrible. But anyway, quick credit tip, right quick. If you're ready to, if you got in your mindset is switched to being responsible, you want to be a homeowner, here are some factors that can hurt your credit before and during the mortgage loan process. So contact a trusted credit repair company to help you with delinquent items. So if you have any delinquent items on your credit report, you're not going to get approved, unfortunately. Now, medical bills are falling under something different. They're not counting medical bills. And because the student loans are still in forbearance, and not counting that either. So this is the best time to jump in and buy a home before all of that stuff comes and hits the fan. Keep credit card balances to 7% to 10% utilization, 2 to 3 months prior to applying for a mortgage. I would say 6%. 7 to 10 is still good, but the 6 is even better. Avoid closing accounts or opening new lines of credit unless you're told by a lender or a credit repair specialist. So please don't go out and buying the furniture yet. Don't buy the furniture, don't buy the TVs and go in the man cave, none of that. Wait until after the underwriting process, everything has come, everything is finished. You have your keys, you have your deed. The next day, after you have spent the time, and then go get all the stuff. Avoid, avoid closing accounts or opening new lines of credit unless told to do. I read that right already. Okay. Avoid excessive inquiries in 1 year time span. You're only supposed to have two. So if you have more than two, then you need to be talking to a financial literacy advocate or consultant or somebody to help you to get rid of those inquiries. Avoid co-signing for any new debt. No co-sign for nobody during this process. Nobody. Nobody, 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 nobody. Keep your name to yourself. Until now, after you get your keys and your name is on the deed, co-sign for everybody you want to. That's what you want to do. But during this process, don't add any new debt to your profile because it's going to make your debt to income ratio increase, which is going to decrease what you can afford in the home. So let's not do that. So just some tips for today. I hope that you found it valuable. If you did, drop some love in the chat for me. Drop some hearts. Give me some likes. I appreciate it. Just out here educating the masses on what they need to do. And how could I forget? I meant to mention this is how you know when things are up and coming in your city. You go to the business development page in the local newspaper, and they're going to tell you all the new businesses and things that's happening in Memphis or in your area. So the Lowenstein house could soon become a boutique hotel. So any houses around in that area are going to increase in value because they're adding value to their neighborhood. So if you're in Memphis, the old Office Depot on Union could become a 5-story apartment complex. So they already talking about developing. They already doing a lot of construction over there. So they know people need more housing, but it's not going to be affordable over there. But people need more housing, so they're thinking about putting another structure up there as far as 5-story apartment complex. Oh, excuse me. What was the other one I wanted to? Where is it? Oh, and I didn't even know that all these things was happening in Whitehaven. You have a whole luxury subdivision that's going up. You have a film studio that's coming up. And some other developments. It's a lot of developments. So when you're thinking about moving to a different place or a different location, think about what businesses are coming there, what businesses are already there and have been sustained there. The walkability, what new companies are coming to the area, the school, all that type of stuff matters. So if you have children, or plan to have children, you need to make sure that where you need to be planted so they can get the best education they can and possibly, afford it to them. So I say that to say this. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Toria Howard, and I'm a realtor here in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you know anybody looking to buy or sell, I would love to help. I'm also a commercial loan broker and a business funding broker. So if you need any money for buying real estate or any other commercial products, or if you just need money to fill in the gap for your merchants, I have funding for that as well. And I'm also in the credit restoration financial literacy space. So I'm on a mission to help 1,000 plus people become homeowners and be able to get out this rut of a rat race when it comes to the mindset of thinking of you're supposed to work hard and then you die. No, we're supposed to live in abundance. We're supposed to, have the things the treasures that we're supposed to have that, and we deserve that. So I can help you with your credit. I can help you get some funding. So make sure that you're doing all that you need to do and putting your ducks in a row. Have your paperwork together. Note where your tax returns are, your W-2s, your Social Security card, all of that. Okay? Wait, sir. So I say all that to say this. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell, like I said, if you know anybody that is, you know, if you thought this information was helpful, please share, comment, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the TOP. Bye. You don't hear me?
Daddy went to bed.
Yeah, I'm about to go to bed. I need to do some stretches though.
Stretch up.